Coming up next, the wedding of the century. Who will be there and who won't? Hello and welcome to CNN Compass News Network. I'm your host, Andre Ross, bringing you today's story, the wedding of the century and the 10 bridesmaids. But there's controversy around the wedding of the century as some of the bridesmaids did not make it to the wedding. We managed to track down one of the bridesmaids. Her name is Deborah, but for her privacy and safety, we've decided to black out her face and mask her voice. So, Deborah, tell us what happened. What transpired? Why is this making the news?
Well, I and 9 other bridesmaids were invited to partake in the wedding of the century. This wasn't any kind of wedding. It was the wedding of the century. And things were being done differently.
Okay. Differently, huh? How so? Tell me more.
On the day of the wedding, we were supposed to be picked up by the bridegroom in a fancy stretch limo to go to the wedding, which was at night.
At night, huh?
Yeah, at night. We all had to have our flashlights ready.
Okay.
So we can see our way to the limo when the bridegroom arrived.
Sounds like an easy enough task. So when the limo arrives, you have your flashlight to see where you're going. Okay, makes sense. So, what happened next?
Well, it started getting late, and we all fell asleep. Then out of nowhere, the phones rang telling us that the bridegroom was minutes away. So we got ourselves ready and started heading out when 5 of our flashlights weren't working. To our surprise, there were no batteries in the flashlights.
Is that so? How do you forget the batteries?
Well, we were so preoccupied with other things leading up to the wedding that we didn't take time to take care of the important things like 1, putting batteries in the flashlight, or 2, even charging the flashlights.
So what happened next?
We couldn't see where we were going, so we asked the other bridesmaids to use their batteries, but they couldn't give us their batteries for obvious reasons.
Yeah, the flashlights won't work, obviously.
So the 5 of us ran to the nearest store to purchase some batteries. But by the time we returned, the limo and the bridegroom had already left. They took the 5 wise bridesmaids that were prepared, who took the time to ensure that they were ready and we were left behind. So we took an Uber to the wedding, but it was too late. By the time we got there, the doors were already closed and they weren't letting anyone else in to the wedding feast.
That must have been devastating.
It sure was. There will never be another wedding like this ever again. And we missed it because we let other things get in the way of us being ready for the wedding.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that happen to you. But this is a good lesson for the rest of us to always be prepared because you never know. Well, this is Andre of CNN Compass News Network. Until the next time, stay ready.